Here's some fast metabolism diet trivia, the things that you can't find in the book. And I really did get my hand slapped today for not noticing in my stevia in the raw that the first ingredient on this list is dextrose. So my mistake, I've been using this and it is not allowed on the 28-day fast metabolism because of the dextrose in it. Now the one that I have got is this stevia with chocolate in it, and it's a liquid stevia and works very well as a sweetener. It is especially good in LaCroix coconut water. The other thing that you can use on the FMD is this xylitol. And the thing that you need to look for is that you're using a real birch xylitol. Most of the xylitol that's in the packages comes from corn, and that is obviously something that we avoid on the fast metabolism diet. So xylitol is one, especially if you're using it in cooking, because it's cup for cup the same as sugar. The stevia is something that you can order from me. I can get it from Haley. It comes in chocolate, vanilla, cinnamon, and toffee flavor. That is a very good sweetener. And then the other thing that you can use is the stevia, but make sure you read the ingredients and make sure it's 100% stevia. A couple of other things. There's a lot of intestinal stuff going around right now. And some of the things on the fast metabolism at this time of year really seem to aggravate our gut bacteria. So a couple of suggestions are to make sure that you are cooking your vegetables. So staying away from the raw vegetables as much as you can. Use parsley and cilantro because that really helps calm your stomach. Make sure you take a probiotic. And if you're going to do the steel cut oats as your breakfast cereal, soak them overnight, and that really breaks down some of those bonds that cause our gut bacteria to get a little bit aggravated. The other thing that Haley talked about was I'm a huge believer of the apple cider vinegar, but also I bought myself some coconut vinegar, and you can use that in any of the phases just as you would apple cider vinegar, and it is a great just a calming thing for your digestion. Now, another question that came up with people with thyroid issues not losing weight on phase 3. I think that really is our nemesis, that phase 3. One of the things, you're coming up to it on Friday, and really focus on choosing a different fat. So if you're one of these people that always goes for the grab a handful of almonds or just use the almond butter and you're not mixing up your fats, please do so. Try some coconut oil, do some flaxseed oil, some grapeseed oil, something that is different from always going to the same fats over and over again, especially if you have thyroid issues. I think that's about it. But the other thing was, someone asked me about juicing on the 28 days, and the answer is when you're not on the FMD, juicing is fine every now and again because you're not getting the fiber. But actually on the FMD, try and get as much bulk in your vegetables as possible, because some of that cellulose that we lose when we juice is so important to get rid of the historical fat that we've released. So juicing is great, but it also, has a tendency to spike our blood sugar and not alleviate the sugar cravings. So just be very careful. There are a lot of things I get asked all the time. Is this allowed on the FMD? And if you're on the 28 days where you're on the 28 days, then usually the answer is no. But when you get off and into that phase 4, which I will address in my next video, phase 4, and how do we incorporate all this wonderful food into our daily lives, then, you know, yes, juicing's allowed, and yes, potatoes are allowed in small quantities. And it's okay to have a little bit of dairy as long as it's organic. You know, so here's some things that we can really kind of use, but not in abundance. Anyway, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.